So why your power, your move? Did you know that 90% of goals that are set are never followed through? Only 10% are. This book is to help more people be in the 10. I think we can switch it. It's not that people don't want their dreams or they don't try to succeed and achieve the goals that they set. It's just that there's some vital components that are missing in your plan. And what this workbook does is it helps you recognize them and set some safety nets and check-ins, and actually guides you to creating a blueprint, your own blueprint for yourself, your unique and beautiful self, to help you achieve the goals that you want, or maybe pivot into a different direction that you never even thought of, that aligns more into who you are and what you want in this life. When I started this book, this was actually my goal. I went to school many years ago. My minor was writing, but it was not nonfiction, it was fiction, to write stories, because I love stories. But about 7 years ago, I was determined to create a planner to help me achieve my goals in writing and in my career and in my personal life. Well, about a year ago, and I've dabbled in it, but I would set it aside, and I never really achieved the goal. And just in thinking, reevaluating my life about a year ago, I realized that I'm going to make this happen, my goals, and I am going to do this calendar, and to help myself and other people achieve their goals by using a calendar and incorporating some of their safety nets and their check-ins and development of new habits. And it turned out to be a book, a workbook. So I have been able to utilize this workbook as I've been writing it to achieve 4 goals. And I wrote them down here on my pad, so I'm going to, so I don't lose track of where I'm at. The first one was to pay off this monster of a student loan that I have accumulated, mostly interest now. I'm not alone in that. That was an easy thing to sort of overlook in my life, as the income-based payments were available, and then in COVID they without even asking us to stop direct payments, and I could have fixed that, but I only continued on one. Anyway, so here I am. I have a monster student loan debt. It's a black cloud hanging over me. I want to make that go away. The second goal is to fulfill my dream to write and my goal to write. Any of you that are writers, you know what it's like. You walk around all day with these voices just screaming to get out, and that has been the case for me. So my goal was to write, and just aligning myself, my authentic self, with my actions and who I am and in my life, instead of just hoping and wishing and just trying a little bit, but it's just time to get serious about it. Also, my third goal is a little more serious, and that is to be a returning member to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That takes a little more of a lifestyle change. But last year, about this time, I'd been away from the church for about 20 years. I was a convert. I was actually a member for only 12 years. So I've been a non-member, what I call a closet Mormon, for actually almost twice that. And one day, having a conversation with a family member, I realized, what am I doing? I'm not living who I really am. And so I made the determination at that point to at least check it out, and here I am. I didn't ultimately make the decision to return. So that was a pretty big goal. It involved a lot of other people that were close to me. And my final goal, which had been a goal for a while, but doing this workbook has really, really helped me with this final and fourth goal, and that was to determine if the relationship that I was involved in was going to move to the next level of commitment, which I needed as a returning church member, and also just even as a woman, me, not all women, but me in the relationship. It just takes I needed more of a partner, and not just a lovely human, but actually somebody that would partner in my life, and me to partner in his. And through this workbook, sadly, by doing these goals, and one of the first steps is to talk about your goals with the people that you care most about, and be honest about where you're going, and get their input, and to come to a consensus if they are a support person, or if they're able to or not willing to. Anyways, there was a lot of figuring out to do in this relationship, and he decided to pivot out, which I knew was a very real possibility. So I might have pushed that a little bit too. I needed to either continue or to pivot out, and sadly the choice was made that we just had to move on in separate lives. And so, interestingly enough, my very first, I'm using the workbook. I just uploaded it to Amazon, and I know he's using the workbook. He started using the workbook for one of his personal goals, but sadly, my first real writing in the workbook is my goal to be a better and stronger person in 30 days by myself. And it's been working out really well. It's helping me through this. It's helping me through the breakup and the split up. And the first thing in the book is 3 steps you can do right away that don't impact your finances or your lifestyle too much, just something you can start doing. And the first thing I did was get my support group in place. And then the second thing that I could do is to pray a lot, just to help keep me calm and level-headed. And I'm in a gas station now, just driving. And the third thing is to do fun activities. And I've been implementing those while I was working through the workbook. Actually, the workbook only took me 2.5 hours. I didn't really scrutinize everything. I just answered all of the questions and worked through the process just to get it started. And it took me just over 2 hours. My writing's really bad because I was shaking the whole time, and just, it was very emotional, but I did it, and I've been carrying it with me. And of course, as what is supposed to happen is as you progress, and as I'm progressing through this process to reach my goal, I'm changing. I'm changing internally inside. And my actions and my mindset are able to change along with it. And so I know that this goal is definitely achievable. I'm not going to be, wallowing and pining after 30 days, and I'm not doing anything stupid like running around and dating right away because, I'm available or whatever. It's keeping me on track. And I have my head on straight and a support group and a plan, and I have milestones, and we'll see where this is after 30 days. I have a lot of other stuff going on, like we all do. Hence the point, one of the timelines in the workbook. It's like a road to your goal that you actually draw out. And the point is not to just hyper focus on the goal that you do have, but actually incorporating the other meaningful people in your life and your current commitments and your other goals. I have other goals in my life. For instance, to get back to making my house beautiful. I had started that about 5 years ago and had just kind of put it by the wayside. I haven't made it a priority. So now that I have more time, I'm going to go back to that. And also to continue getting and being fit and aging gracefully. As you can see, I'm not a spring chicken. Part of some of the input and some of the I don't know, you call it curriculum, like in this workbook, is actually, it's based on my life experience and my education. I do have a dabble in psychology, as I had some of my other goals I had set. Nursing, I wanted to be a geriatric nurse. I also went to school to be a teacher. I've been to quite a bit of therapy. Some of my own personal challenges, which get addressed in the workbook, is I have ADHD and PTSD from some situations, and diagnosed like way back in the 80s, and I've pretty much learned to live with them, but there's still challenges that I've learned to not only live with them but overcome a lot of it. And so see, I've already lost track. Is that the ADHD? Also because I'm driving on my way to work. But so yes, back to my experience. So between my experience and my education, I also did a lot of life skills training to special needs youth and adults, and I'm a trained mediator. So with all of this, and including, I'm always studying and following some of the greats that gurus that help people achieve their dreams and live the best versions of themselves. And so here you have it. I hope that you do the workbook and start working on achieving your dreams and your goals and aligning your authentic self with your actions and discovering what a great and beautiful human you are. And even if you do pivot into something else that comes up along the way, that you find that's just part of it. And I don't count that. Maybe they count that. The statistician people, goal people count that as, oh, that's a failed goal. Well, I don't know. If you've achieved your dreams and you have found something that makes you happy, I don't think that's a fail. I think that's a win. So have a great day. If you find this workbook to be helpful to you or inspires you to make changes in your life, to make your life, more fulfilling, more meaningful, and more productive, because you will find that as you do this workbook, you're not only going to apply these things to your achieving your goal, but it applies to, you'll find that you'll be using these techniques in other areas of your life, personal and professional. So if you do enjoy the workbook, please get it for somebody you love, and leave a review so others know as well. So I hope you all have a great day and get going. I don't have a tagline. Just have a great day. Be your authentic self. Be who you are where you're at.